Print Matters, a Level 2 design studio at CEPT University led by Rishav Jain and Stuti Dalal and assisted by Bhaumik Suthar. This studio reimagines publication design as a rich interdisciplinary practice, a means of storytelling, cultural reflection, critical thinking, and material exploration through the lens of editorial design.
This semester, students embarked on a journey that brought together architecture, built spaces, material, and design, all unfolding through the central theme, built cultures. Our aim was to ensure that through the studio, students understand and use grids and visual systems across publication types, view production as the cornerstone of the design process and not as an afterthought, and position publication design as a contextual, analytical, and a critical practice. The studio progressed across 5 phases.
Weeks 1 to 2 introduced the fundamentals of publication design. Students mapped and decoded architectural books to understand audience, layout logic, visual tone, and how aesthetic choices influence function and readability.
Weeks 3 to 4 focused on typography and grids. By deconstructing existing publications, students studied font choices, grids, and visual system to understand how pace, rhythm, and intentional disruption shape the reading experience in terms of navigation and narrative building.
Weeks 5 to 8 deepened this understanding through a book redesign project that immersed students in the publication and production ecosystem. They developed information architecture maps, content dummies, and typographic experiments, and visited local presses and paper houses to understand printing workflows, materials, and finishes.
During this phase, students also engaged with their built culture ambassadors, conducting interviews and researching diverse publications. They articulated their design intent through posters and zines, clarifying the conceptual and visual direction of their final projects. The mid-semester jury evaluated not only what they aimed to design, but why and how, grounding their decisions in the context of its use and audience. Inputs from various invited practitioners also enriched this phase.
Weeks 9 to 10 and 11 to 16 were dedicated to the final projects. Students developed complete publication systems, from content architecture and visual language to material selection and print-ready outputs. In the final leg of this journey, students created their own design pathways in collaboration with their built culture ambassadors. From layout design, establishing visual systems to overseeing production specs, students engaged in a rigorous, iterative process of designing and redesigning their publications. As mentored but self-led projects, students explored various visual directions, creating their own workflows and defining their own milestones.
Let us take you through some of the final student projects which explored diverse real-world narratives, including how might one design a book for an architectural practice that uses built environments to respond to an extreme heat through spatial and material strategies?
How can a publication foreground the philosophy of an architectural design practice that employs brick as a modular, ecologically conscious, and culturally grounded practice?
How can the works and approach of a multidisciplinary architectural studio, whose experimental and iterative interventions are rooted in hyperlocal context and futures, be effectively documented and communicated?
How might one craft a book that captures the pedagogical frameworks and evolving practices of a legacy academic institution?
How can the story of a city be narrated through 9 essays that examine the key events, entities, policies, and urban developments that shaped Ahmedabad?
How might a publication document the activities, engagements, and collections of India's first architectural archive?
And how a low-cost biannual magazine be designed to articulate architectural and urban discourse while establishing a visual system that can evolve coherently across issues? We extend our gratitude to the built culture ambassadors whose research and practices across architecture and built environments shape the studio's content and direction.
Print Matters is a studio of practice, play, and editorial design. It's where design becomes a lived process, Each bookmaking experience becomes a personal journey into exploring how we see, sense, and shape the printed world.
We hope that you will enjoy going through all the publications.